Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at the Radiant 300 Rechargeable Lantern by Nite Ize. Now, I've been looking for different lighting options, especially because we're going into hurricane season. It's actually storming out right now, so I figured this would be the perfect time to post up this video. This lantern is pretty interesting because it gives you 300 max lumens on the maximum output. And then you have a couple of different lighting options, both in white modes and also in red modes. But besides that, because it is rechargeable, it does have a 2600 milliamp battery built into it. So you can actually use this lantern to charge up different devices via USB. So using that 2600 milliamp battery, you can connect the USB cable and charge up your phone, your tablet. You can charge up MP3 players and things like that while you're on the go. So I mentioned this in previous videos. I like when devices have more than one usage, and I think for the most part this is a good example of that. So it's very lightweight, which is nice because, again, if you want to go ahead and carry it while you're camping or backpacking and things like that, you can go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and open up the box so we can take a look at it. So this is really cool too. It has a built-in carabiner, and they put it right on the top right here, kind of sticking out of the box. So if you see this like in a retail shelf or something like that, it has its own hanging option. So I thought that was pretty ingenious. So let me go ahead and get this guy out of the box here. All right, so here is the lantern. And then in the bottom here, you have a couple of the other accessories. Let me see if I can get into that to show you guys. There we go. So here it is, and I'll set the box off to the side. All right, so let's take a look at the accessories first. Again, because this is a rechargeable lantern, you have a USB cable included, and this is what you're going to use to charge up the lantern once it goes dead. It states that it charges in approximately 3.5 hours. So again, a pretty quick charge, 2600 milliamp battery in there, and you get a lot of light output. So it's cool that they included that. You also have this bag right here. So basically this bag has two purposes. You can use it to carry the lantern around. So it's a plastic bag. So if you want to just drop it in there, if you put it inside of your pack or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. But it also acts as a light diffuser. So if you don't want the light to be so bright, so harsh, you can actually stick the lantern right inside of the bag and it'll diffuse that light. So if you have it hanging maybe like inside of your tent or something like that, that's going to be a good use for it. Also includes a little pocket on the outside here where you can store the USB charging cable here, so that way you have everything with you. You can just go ahead and drop that in there and you're good to go. So I'll go ahead and show you guys later how the bag looks when you're using it as a diffuser. Taking a look at the lantern again, it is very lightweight, very small. It's got a nice small form factor. The area right here where the light is going to be coming out is nice and wide, so you're going to have a nice beam pattern coming all around. So basically what happens is you have a second diffuser on the top right here, and then you have your point where the light is going to come out. That's going to shoot straight up, and it's going to, allow the light to kind of disperse all the way around. And then all around them you have the little red LED bulbs, and those are the ones that are going to light up whenever you're going to be using the red mode in the lantern. So again, you have your carabiner clip up here. Again, that's perfect if you want to maybe attach it to some paracord or something like that, or attach it to your bag so you can have it hanging outside. So it's cool that they offer that. You can also go ahead and grab it on by there if you want to carry it around in your hands. So you have a nice rubberized feel on the bottom here, which is really nice, and then a rubberized section at the very bottom here, so it sits nice and flush on a flat surface. Taking a look on the front right here, you have your mode switch here. This is what you're going to use to activate the turn on and turn off the light and kind of switch through the modes. And then you have right here a little kind of cap that protects the two USB. So you have your USB in. This is where you're going to plug it in and charge up the actual lantern. And then you have your USB out, and that's where you're going to plug in any device that you're going to want to go ahead and charge up. So you also have a little LED here, which will show you, it'll light up red as you're charging it, and then it'll light up green once it's done charging, and then it'll also light up to let you know that you're charging a device. So let me turn off this overhead light so we can take a look at the different modes. If you go ahead and press the mode button once, you're going to get the full output, which is going to be your 300 lumens. As you guys can see, the light is coming up, it's hitting that diffuser, and it's you have a nice even spread all the way around. Now, if you don't cycle through the modes after a couple seconds, it'll just turn off. So if you go ahead and press it, and then press it again, you're going to cycle through the other mode, and that's going to be the medium mode there. It's going to be 75 lumens, and then it'll turn off because obviously I waited. So if you turn it on, 300, 75, and then down to 15. And again, 15 lumens is going to run you for 110 hours on a fully charged 2600 milliamp battery. So this is going to be great if you want to prolong the the amount of battery usage on the light and give you a long time of light. That's pretty good. Again, this is perfect for inside of a tent, just to light it up as you're getting ready for bed or reading or things like that. That's going to be really good. And again, if you press it again, it'll turn off. Now, from any mode, whether it's off or any of the other different output modes, if you press and hold the button here, it'll actually turn on the red mode. So I'll press and hold it now. And there it is. So as you guys can see, all the little LEDs all around turn on red, and the red is going to give you 18 lumens, and that's going to be good for 27 hours. Again, red light is great to preserve night vision. That way, if you don't want the light to be too harsh or anything like that, you can go ahead and just turn on that red mode, and you're good to go. And then if you press it again, it'll turn off. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like when it's inside of the bag and acting as a diffuser. So if you want to use the 300 lumens, but you don't want it to be such a harsh light, you can go ahead and just put it inside of the bag, and then as you turn it on, it's going to be more of a diffused light. So you can set this like on a table if you want to light up an area, but you don't want it to kind of be too bright in your eyes or something like that. And this is again doing a really good job at that. So what I would probably do is, if you wanted to maybe hang this up, is you can bring this down just a bit. Again, you have the cinch strap on the top, but you can probably bring it down right around here, and then just cinch it up, and that way it'll still allow the carabiner portion to be exposed, and you can hang it up. And again, it's doing a really good job at as far as a hanging lantern. So last but not least, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, let me turn on this light again, the output to charge up a device. So I have my iPod Touch here. So you have your USB cable connected to your device. All you have to do is just open up the little flap here, and then go ahead and connect your USB cable. And there it is, it's charging. And again, the LED here is turned on and it's green, letting you know that it's charging the device. And now you're charging your device via the 2600 milliamp internal battery of your Radiant 300 lamp here. So again, this is perfect in case you don't want to carry that extra battery bank. You just want to carry one thing. So you have your lantern and your battery bank built in one. Again, it is 2600 milliamps, and you do have to factor in that while you're charging the device, you're taking away from that battery, so you're taking away from the amount of time that the light can be used. But even then, you can still use the light, as you guys can see there, and still be charging your device as you're doing that. So I think that is a great option, especially if you want to pack light and not carry a lot of different items with you. This one does basically the job of 2 items in one. So again, that is the Radiant 300 rechargeable lantern from Nite Ize. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.